Hello, and welcome to my channel English Practice Today. Today, we're kicking off a new series where you can learn English with stories. Join Luca, a young dreamer from Verona, Italy, as he sets off on an adventure to London to improve his English. With his friend Alex by his side, they explore the city and face new challenges. Let's jump into Chapter 1 and start learning English together through their exciting journey. My name is Luca, and I'm from a small town called Verona in Italy. Although I love Verona, with its peaceful atmosphere, beautiful old buildings, and friendly people, I've always dreamed of studying in London. London is a vast city in England, known for its iconic landmarks like Big Ben, the London Eye, and Buckingham Palace. I yearn to visit these places and improve my English, and I believe London is the perfect place to achieve that. Living in Verona all my life has been wonderful. I attend school daily, enjoy playing soccer with my friends, reading books, and watching movies. But every day, my thoughts drift to London. I imagine myself walking its streets, visiting museums, and attending a prestigious school. The thought excites me, but there's one problem. My parents are worried about my dream. One evening, I sit down with my parents in the living room. "Mom, Dad, I want to talk to you," I say, taking a deep breath. They look at me with concern and ask, "What is it, Luca?" "I want to study in London next year," I announce. My mom looks surprised and replies, "But Luca, London is far away. It's a big city and it can be dangerous." My dad nods in agreement. "Yes, Luca, we're worried about you. You're safe here in Verona." I understand their concerns. London is a significant change, and it's far from home. But I feel ready for the challenge. I know it's far, but I'm careful. I want to learn and see the world, I tell them. They exchange glances and remain silent for a moment. Then my mom says, "We love you, Luca. We want you to be safe, but we also want you to be happy." My dad adds, "This is a big decision. We need to think about it." Their words fill me with hope. They're worried, but they also want me to be happy. I smile and say, "Thank you, Mom and Dad. I'll be careful, I promise." That night, as I lie in bed, I think about London. I know it won't be easy, but I'm ready to work hard and pursue my dream. I feel both excited and happy. London, here I come. I'm thrilled that my parents are considering my dream. It's a big decision, but I'm ready for it. One day, I talk to my best friend, Alex. We've been inseparable, playing soccer and going to school together. I tell Alex about my dream. "Alex, I want to study in London." He looks excited and says, "That's amazing, Luca. I want to go too." We talk endlessly about London, imagining all the things we'll see and do. We decide to go together and become study partners in London. Our first step is to get our passports, which will allow us to travel to other countries. We visit the office and get our passports, feeling a surge of excitement. Next, we need to buy plane tickets. We search online and find a good deal on flights to London, using our savings to make the purchase. It will be my first time on a plane, and I feel a mix of nerves and excitement. We also need a place to stay in London, so we search for a small apartment near our new school. We find one that's not too big but nice enough, and we're happy to be living together in London. Then it's time to pack our bags. We make a list of essentials: clothes, books, and some food for the trip, and carefully pack everything. Our bags are ready, and so are we. My parents are still worried. They remind me, "Luca, be careful. London is a big city. Stay safe." I promise them I'll be careful and give them a big hug. "Thank you, Mom and Dad. I'll call you every day," I assure them. Alex and I are both excited as we talk about our new life in London, our new school, and the places we'll visit. The big day is approaching, and soon we'll be on our way to London. Our adventure is about to begin. The big day has finally arrived. Alex and I are ready to embark on our journey. We say goodbye to our families, and my parents give me a tight hug. "Be safe, Luca. We love you." they say. I love you too, and I'll be careful, I reply. We head to the airport, which is large and bustling with people. Some are excited like us, while others look tired. We check in our bags, get our boarding passes, and wait for our flight. It's my first time on a plane, and Alex hasn't flown before either, so we feel a bit nervous but mostly excited about our new life in London. Finally, it's time to board the plane. It's enormous inside, and we find our seats, with me sitting by the window and Alex next to me. We fasten our seatbelts, and the plane begins to move. I watch out the window as the plane speeds up, and soon we're in the air. The ground below gets smaller and smaller as we ascend. It's an amazing feeling, and I'm filled with happiness. Alex looks thrilled too. The flight is long, but we pass the time by talking, reading books, watching movies, and even sleeping for a while. The flight attendants are friendly and bring us food and drinks. We enjoy a sandwich and some juice. After a few hours, the plane starts to shake. It's turbulence and it scares us, but we hold hands and stay calm. The turbulence passes and we feel safe again, watching the clouds and the blue sky outside. As we get closer to London, the plane begins to descend. I see the city below, full of lights and energy. We're finally in London. The plane lands smoothly, and we get off, feeling a wave of happiness. We collect our bags and go through customs, where the officer checks our passports. Everything is in order, and we're officially in London. Our adventure has begun, and we can't wait to explore the city and start our new life. We're finally in London, and Alex and I are buzzing with excitement. We take a taxi to our new apartment, marveling at the city around us. London is big and busy, with red buses, black taxis, tall buildings, and enormous shops. Everything feels new and thrilling. Our apartment is small but cozy, with 2 bedrooms, a tiny kitchen, and a living room. We unpack our bags, putting our clothes in the closet, eager to start exploring the city. The next morning, we wake up early, unable to contain our excitement. With a map of London in hand, we plan to visit some famous places. Our first stop is Big Ben, the iconic clock tower. It's even more impressive in person, and we take countless photos. Next, we head to the London Eye, a giant Ferris wheel. We buy tickets and slowly ascend, taking in the breathtaking view of the entire city from the top. After the London Eye, we walk to Buckingham Palace, the Queen's residence. The palace is grand and beautiful, and we watch the guards in their red uniforms standing still. We take more pictures and continue to explore the city, walking through shops, cafes, and parks. Everything is so new and interesting, and we feel like true explorers. After a while, though, we start to feel tired and decide to head back to our apartment. But on the way, something unexpected happens. We get lost. We take a wrong turn and find ourselves in unfamiliar surroundings. The streets look different, and we don't recognize any landmarks. I turn to Alex and ask, "What should we do?" He remains calm and says, "Don't worry, Luca. We can ask for help." We approach a kind-looking lady and explain that we're lost. She smiles and asks where we need to go. We show her our map, and she kindly points us in the right direction. We thank her and start walking again, feeling relieved. Soon, we spot our apartment building and feel a wave of relief wash over us. To relax, we decide to stop at a small cafe for some tea and sandwiches. We sit down, feeling happy and content as we talk about everything we've seen. But suddenly, Alex's expression changes. "Luca, where's my bag?" he asks, looking around. The bag isn't there. Panic sets in as we realize that Alex's bag, containing his wallet and passport, is missing. We try to stay calm and search the cafe, asking the staff if they've seen the bag, but no one has. We decide to retrace our steps, thinking we might have left it at the museum. We walk quickly, feeling increasingly anxious. When we reach the museum, we ask the staff, but they haven't seen the bag either. Alex looks devastated. "Luca, what do we do? My passport is in that bag. I need it," he says, his voice full of worry. I try to reassure him, saying, "Alex, let's go to the police. They can help us." We find a police station and explain the situation to the officer, who is kind and understanding. He tells us not to worry and that they'll try to find the bag, though it may take some time. He takes our information and gives us a number to call for updates. We leave the police station feeling a bit better but still worried. Alex is visibly upset, blaming himself for being careless. I put my hand on his shoulder and say, "It's not your fault, Alex. We'll get through this together." He nods, but I can see the worry in his eyes. That night, as we sit in our apartment, I think about how quickly things can change. London is full of excitement and adventure, but it also comes with challenges. I realize that no matter what happens, Alex and I will face it together, just like we always have. We've had an eventful first day in London, and though it didn't go exactly as planned, I'm still hopeful for the adventures that lie ahead. It's a sunny day in London, and Alex and I decide to spend the day exploring Hyde Park, one of the city's most famous parks. The park is enormous, with lush green lawns, tall trees, and a beautiful lake. We see people walking, cycling, and enjoying the sunshine. It's a perfect day to relax and enjoy nature. We rent bikes to ride around the park, feeling the cool breeze as we cycle through the paths. It's a lot of fun, and we laugh as we race each other. Everything seems perfect until something unexpected happens. While riding along a narrow path, Alex loses control of his bike. I watch in horror as he swerves to avoid a dog and ends up crashing into a tree. He falls to the ground with a loud thud, and I immediately stop and rush to his side. "Alex, are you okay?" I ask, panic rising in my voice. He groans and tries to sit up, but winces in pain. "My leg. I think it's broken," he says, his face pale. I feel a surge of fear, but I know I need to stay calm for Alex's sake. I quickly grab my phone and call for an ambulance, explaining the situation to the operator. The minutes feel like hours as we wait for help. I stay by Alex's side, trying to comfort him. "It's going to be okay, Alex. Help is on the way," I say, trying to sound reassuring. But inside, I'm scared too. The ambulance arrives, and the paramedics quickly assess Alex's injury. They confirm that his leg is indeed broken and carefully lift him onto a stretcher. I stay close, holding his hand and telling him everything will be fine. We ride in the ambulance to the hospital where the doctors take over. They examine Alex and tell us he'll need a cast for his leg, and it will take a few weeks to heal. Alex looks upset, but I try to cheer him up. "It's just a small setback, Alex. You'll be back on your feet in no time," I say, with a smile. He nods, but still looks worried. After getting the cast, we return to our apartment. Alex has to use crutches to get around, and I help him as much as I can. He's frustrated about not being able to explore the city, but I remind him that our adventure isn't over. We can still have fun, even with a broken leg. We spend the next few days taking it easy, watching movies, playing games, and talking about all the places we still want to visit once Alex recovers. Through it all, I realize how important it is to have a friend by your side during tough times. Alex and I have always been there for each other, and this experience has made our bond even stronger. London has been full of surprises, some good and some not so good, but we're facing them together, and that's what matters most.